All right, what's up, Dragon Brood? Have you ever built a deck and you didn't have high hopes for it, but you really are pulling for it? Well, that's kind of the case today because we're going to be playing Assassins. So we're going to start with one of the newest Assassins, which is a 1/1 Death Touch Hell Carver. And the whole Carver is actually kind of okay. It's not great, but we don't have that many 1-drops. The other one we're going to be playing is Iridescent Vine Lasher, because this at least deals damage anyway, even if you don't get to attack. I'm going to try a couple of copies of Detect Intrusion. We do have some cheap stuff we could pick up that we don't mind, but really we're worried about sweepers because our whole thing is based around having the creatures out to trigger each other. We do have some Shoot the Sheriff and some Assassin's Trophy because, well, Assassin's in the name. We might as well play a couple, right? We have Crowl Whipcracker. We're playing a full set of these because it's one of the better cheap creatures we have. We don't have really anything at 2 as an assassin, and this is at least a 2-mana 3/2 with reach, so we can block some key creatures, and it does destroy tokens, which sometimes could be important. We have Unstoppable Slasher because it happens to be an assassin and makes sense. We have Etrata. This is the main reason people have been asking for this deck. So like, can we build an Etrata deck? And then there's a second card that people have been wanting to see, and we got them both into the same deck. But here, Etrata, if you actually get to deal damage with one of your assassins, you get to put one of your opponent's cards face down, and then you can pay 4 to turn a face down card face up, which is really cool. Of course, we're going to play some Maelstrom Pulse because it's one of the best removal cards if you're in green-black. We have a couple of copies of Lifecraft Engine, and this is because it does two things. One, it pumps up our assassins. Obviously, it makes them a little bit more threatening because they're not necessarily huge, but also it gives us a thing we can do if a sweeper does happen. We can at least just attack with a 4/4. Massacre Girl. This is a card we don't get to play ever, but it is an assassin. It's a 4/4, so one of the biggest bodies we could play at an affordable cost, and sometimes will draw you extra cards. Also, with it having Menace, if you have an Etrata out, there's a chance you get to connect more often, and that's a good thing. But the other card people have been wanting us to play is Vannifar. Now, Vannifar is not an assassin per se, but does let you put cards face down, which then could be turned face up with Etrata. So we'll see what happens. And if nothing else, we can just put +1/+1s on all the face down things. And we have one copy of Vein Ripper because Vein Ripper is an assassin. It could gain us some life. We can trick it face up depending on how things go. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, overall, this should be a wild one, but y'all know the drill. If you want to buy this or buy anything else or just deck out a commander deck, be sure to check out our friends over at Tales of Adventure. Save some money over there with our code. It's DRAGN. It'll save you 5%. But all that aside, let's go hop in and play some Assassins. All right, let's keep it. Oh man, please don't be blue-white control. I don't want to sit through a long game of that. It most definitely is. My goodness. Alright. No, it's not blue-white control. It's at least Esper something. Okay, well. I guess we attempt to play this. Let it get countered. Yep, attack for 3. Guess we just do the same thing. I mean, they're going to have the counters. You just got to make them play them. Kill our Whipcracker? Sure. Makes sense. No, a Massacre Girl, huh? Let's go Hell Carver. Or Hull Carver. I keep saying that wrong. Come on, put a counter. Don't love you, but you were good enough to do business with here. Go attacking. Alright, opponent's at 13. Sure. Have these to counter things. That's kind of what we're living on right now. These are our best cards in this matchup. That, like, we have our best cards, right? A creature land, the vehicle, and spell counters. That's kind of can't ask for too much more. Let's counter. Oh, you know what? Well, I guess I'm doing more damage here, but I could have actually, like, crewed, then bounced, and then maybe replayed it, but it's alright. It's whatever. Put the opponent to 6. And then if they have a sweeper, they'll sweep the board here. That's what we expect to see. Oh, you are interesting, but you're not big enough to crew. I could just do you and attack, and that seems fine. Oh, do I have to choose? Oh. Well, I'll just put a +1/+1. Because it does do it on colorless things. So, pumps up our creature land, or our vehicle, which is funny. Alright, so we're going to take the 2. We're going to play Etrata. So we can leave 2 mana up. And then we will probably just attack with Vannifar? Is that what we want to do? Yeah, I guess so. We're going to be in a counter war here, I think. And then they'll counter that, and then it'll be a whole thing. And then... okay, they just have a Shoot the Sheriff. The funny thing is, Shoot the Sheriff doesn't work against this deck because everything's an assassin. Because I know some people probably went, well, why didn't they shoot the sheriff this? Like, because we chose assassin, so you can't kill it. Which is randomly amusing that that's a side effect that we get the benefit of. Though I think I was a little too concerned about needing mana for, like, Assassin's Trophy and Detect Intrusion or whatever, that I'm going to go ahead and put at least 3 Cavernous Souls in here. I tried to do without them at first, but it seems like it's just more than worth it to have them in there. Let me take a look real quick. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's go ahead and cut 1. 2. Actually, our only... well, that's not true. We do have the Detect Intrusions. Otherwise, we wouldn't need that much blue mana. I think we can get rid of Multiversal Passage. And probably, like... that's green to start. So, yeah. Let's do... that, and that probably helps. Let's go play some more games. Well, this didn't work out well. This is a lot better, actually. Let's get rid of... I guess Starting Town? Well, no, because I need Starting Town to be able to play Hull Carver turn 1. This... I thought this was going to be an easier hand to keep. Ended up being a bit more complicated than I wanted it to be. And they got an island. Oh no, and we drew... I almost put the Massacre Girl back and said, what if I just keep 4 lands? And the first card we draw is Massacre Girl. That's super painful. Alright, I'm not worried about having an untapped land, because this doesn't look like they're playing creatures. This looks like a giant control pile. Oh, River Churn Monument. We're doing that. Alright. Well, don't know how we're going to race them nearly fast enough here, but we'll do what we can. Let's put that on Assassin. Alright, do you have a proper counter, friend? You probably do. Gonna kill our assassin? Alright. I ain't too mad at it, I'll tell you that. Thing is, though, if they're not playing lands, then we have to assume their hand has a bunch of removal. And maybe counters, but they probably didn't have the right mana for it. Okay, now that is a good card to draw here. However, it does change what we get to do. I think I'll keep that. Mostly because the issue here is we have to be able to counter key cards. So I think I'm just going to attack for 3. Yeah, that's fine. We're not even remotely concerned about that. Yep. Cool. Another Hell Carver. Actually, if we're going to do that, let's try to just get this down now, right? Sure. And if they have another removal spell, they have another removal spell. Get rid of our creature land. Sure, that makes sense. And now this lets them get their double white or double blue that they need. Yeah, we'll take this. Double Hull Carver, huh? That's cute. So they got another swamp, which makes me feel like they're just waiting to play their destroy your board, mill half your library thing. So let's go ahead and just attack with Masker Girl. There's no point getting too ridiculous there. Hull Carver. Trying to figure out how would I be able to do, let's see, 5, 6, 7. You know, I'll bite. Let's put a counter on the Masker Girl. No, we drew a land. That doesn't really help us. So we would put them to 12, but we get a 2/2 out of the deal. I'm just trying to think how we could finish them next turn. 5, 9, 10, 11. God, we're going to be... Like, if I play a creature, we're just short. But even if we're just now, we're still just short. So I might as well do it. Mostly because they have to have another white mana to sweep for 5. Well, that's not true. They could just have a land and do it. Okay, they're digging with 3 steps ahead. That's fine. The only cards we care about cost 4 or 5 mana, maybe 6. And if they just don't have it, then, like, yeah, we're okay. Yep, cool. Yeah, until we got the Detect Intrusion active and up, I didn't feel really safe. Like, once we have that, we can stop their big stuff, but you still need them to be around, like, 8 to 10 life, so you can just counter their sweeper and then attack and get them the next turn. Sure. I feel like the toughest part of these decks is just not having a quality 2-drop. Like, I mean, like, we have one, but it's the one, you know? And I think that's what hurts the most. Sure. Now if we get one, we at least get to kill that thing. Okay, we didn't. Was an option, though. Play this tapped. No attacks. Seam Rip, sure. Are you gonna play another Seam Rip? Nope, you're making a spider. Alright, I mean, that's a thing. Okay, what's the game plan here? I don't think it's Etrata yet. Though, maybe it is Etrata. Yeah, alright. If you just have more removal, you have more removal, I guess. Okay, well, the good news is we can now double block one of the 3/2s, and they won't solve or whatever their other case, so that's favors us. We are only at 8, so that's a thing. Does it say other assassins? No, an assassin. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. What do we get from them? United Battlefront. Ooh, that is a good card for you, opponent. And then let's play that tapped. I mean, that's a good build from the opponent, though. Credit where it's due. Alright. I mean, good news is we have creatures to block things, but they get double strike. I guess I'll trade you one of your own things there. Guess we can double block here. Not love it. Yeah, alright. Could have been worth it to take 4 there, but that feels a little bit dicey. No! Why was that the... Oh, gosh. Really? Oh, jeez. We kind of need to connect with Etrata here, which sucks. But I also don't want to waste a good removal spell. Man. Alright, I'm going to do it. Did we get anything good? Hey, okay, we got that. I can at least cast the exiled card, so there's that. Alright, so if I take 4 here, and then this makes us another token. I guess I might as well block. Go to 6. I'm just like, at some point, we get to find something, right? Like... Alright. I mean, we just drew 3 Etratas and basically nothing else this game. Alright. GG's, opponent. Man, we just drew so badly. Okie dokie. I can't really play anything turn 1, though, is the problem. But I think we have to keep it anyway. We'll just play a Hellcarver on 1, and then, or on 2, I mean, and then maybe try to sneak through. Oh, where were you turn 1? That would have been much better. And then maybe Etrata. I don't even think we Etrata yet. We probably just go Unstoppable Slasher. Yeah, I definitely don't want to Etrata now. You've made that very unappealing. Probably another kill spell for my slasher, though. The hell is that? Target player reveals the top card of their library, and they each lose life equal to the mana of the card revealed by the other player. Okay, I'm assuming they're just playing all giant things. That's a hell of a way for us to die. But, I mean, I guess if it happens, it happens. Do I get some giant thing? I do. Are you an assassin? No, you're not. You're a rogue villain. Sure. They're like, no, you don't get to have that back. They do gain a little bit of life off of it. Okay, can we get into a situation where we can just kill them? Let's see. You may play the exile cards for as long as they remain exile. Any mana may be played. Okay, here's the other thing. We can attack for 3, and then I can do that and this, and we can get in 3 more damage. So that's 6, so they'd be at 4. Even if they swept the board, we'd be able to attack with our dude. That's probably our best plan of action here. So let's tap black, blue, green. Double these up. Play this. Play this. Attack. Opponent goes to 4. We steal some other big card from them. They were all in on the big cards, though. Credit to them for just going all in on a plan, because that's crazy. Yeah, now they just died to our cottage. That's wild. We were already at 9 and potentially could have died on the next turn. Oh, they might die to a card here. Nope. We both drew lands. Didn't matter. Alright, cool. I mean, we don't even have any creatures going first. We can't keep that. As much as I want to, we can't. This we will keep, though. Let's go here. Good news is we can slowly deal with their threats while picking at their life total in the turn. I probably want to play like Unstoppable Slasher, make them have to try to get rid of it. Essence Channeler, sure. Before you have a chance to get any counters. Now, here's the fun thing. I could Etrata now. Oh, no, I can't, actually. I don't have black and blue. That's a little tough. I actually shouldn't have attacked there, because I have a feeling they're going to shelter. And I'd want to be able to block their Vanguard. Oh, they're not going to shelter. Oh. Okay. That's a thing. Oh, what's funny is if I was willing to risk attacking with this, I'd be able to pick it up, but... If we attack with both, would they let the slasher through? I'm willing to gamble it. Let's go. Yeah, I didn't think they were going to. Dang it. Had to try, though. Had to try. I was hoping if they did, whenever the creature died, we'd be able to do a thing, but... That's what I get for trying to be too tricky. Oh, Hellcarver. Man, we just didn't get any... If we needed just any other black source or blue source here, and we'd have been much better off. But now I think we're in trouble. Okay. Now we're dead. Alright. Yeah, let's keep this. This at least is functional. And then we'll run some Whipcrackers out and maybe get an Etrata to stick if we're lucky. No, it's the graveyard deck. We've seen this before. I mean, we might get a cool creature from them, though. That'd be kind of sweet. Kiora is going to put what in the graveyard to get copied / reanimated? Of course. So then now we can't really do anything here. Yep. I guess our only play is... play this on Assassin. Yep, I expected to see a Cavero. Let's counter, let's see. When you cast it, sacrifice all of the creatures, then each player, and then what's the other? Oh, that's the Cavero becomes a copy part. Alright. So let's counter this one. I mean, it's not great, but it's all we have, you know? You gotta work within our limitations. And if they just have another Cavero, they have another Cavero. Like, yeah, what are we gonna do? Like, we did the thing we can do. They can zombify or whatever, and we're just cooked. Alright. If you got another one, you got it. Too bad these face-down guys don't count as assassins. Yeah. Wish you gave that ability or something. Would be cool. Did we put anything good over there? Just Secura. Alright. That'll be annoying next turn, but that's an issue for future us. Okay. I was wanting to turn our face-down duder face up, but that doesn't appear like we're going to get to do that. So, what are our options? We could maybe think about removing something from their yard, which would make life not as scary in the future. I don't know what else we do here. This sadly isn't a token. I want to use this, is what I want to do, but I know that's not right. Alright, so we just go next. We attack with these, I think is the plan. Alright. I mean, I don't know what else to do there. Like, feels like the only thing we could do. Alright. Please don't kill our Etrata also. Okay, that could have been worse. Let's off this. Go attacking. See if we get something good from them. Whoa, we did. Alright. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Man, they went real big, too. They got crater hoofs. This only copy any creature in a graveyard. Alright. Now, if we counter that, can we win? Because we let Arden get Cavaro. Cavaro copies Crater Hoof. And then we would have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we do counter it. If nothing else, I'm countering for the lulls. We're making content. Let's see what we could do. If we get an untapped land, it feels a lot better because then we have Whipcracker. Yeah, there we go. There we go. This is kind of sick. Not going to lie. This is a great... Oh, wait, what? Can I not? Oh, I have to click the creature. I was like, wait a minute. Why was Etrata? I was trying to click Etrata to use the ability. So then we get Cavaro. And then Cavaro copies a Crater Hoof. Wait, what happened here? Oh, yeah, I'm copying the Crater Hoof. All right, cool. And then we attack. Nice. Woo! That is a hell of a way to have to beat that deck. I'm not going to lie. That was interesting, but stressful. That's the best way I would describe that. Oh, wow. But, hey, we got there. That's all that matters. There's so much I have to say about this deck. Sure, we'll try this. Rarely do I get to be on the side of Double Slasher. I still may not be on the side of Double Slasher. And they're going to kill our dude? Nope. They're going to play another... Yeah, let's just... Untap land. That sucks for us. Alright. Then they play their thing that pumps their dudes? Nope. Wow. Alright. I mean, I have all basically 3 mana things. This doesn't get to kill anything here. Yep, can't kill that either. Alright. Yeah, what are you going to do? You don't even get to play Magic. It's tough. Okay, I mean... If we get a third land, this hand's at least playable. I mean, we have multi-land with that. We can play Whipcracker. Oh, now it's not even worth doing. Alright, I guess we pass now. Because we probably want to shoot the Sheriff. Then maybe try to play a Slasher. Yeah, that works. Come on with it. Sure. I'll let them spend their resource on that. Because obviously they have a protective spell. Or they would have just played a creature there. So it's not a shocker. I mean, obviously you're going to save it. Let's go. Like, exactly. We knew that was coming. No one is surprised. The other good news is, I guess we could... If we get an untapped land, we could play Vanifar, put one of these face down. I don't know, we might just go Massacre Girl, though, straight up. Now, they'll probably... There's a potential chance they would attack here if they had a way to protect that. Nope. Looks like they have all the defensive cards. So we are just going to get in there. Let's put this on green... And we'll just lead with this. I assume they'll block Slasher and try to protect their creature. But if they don't and they block, we at least get to draw a card because the toughness will be. Oh no, yeah, it'd be less than 1. But I assume they'll play something here that will protect their Chocobo. Whoa, they didn't. What? Opponent, what type of hand did you keep? I assume you were block, protect, then maybe do something. I guess they kept all, like, Hydras or something here. Yeah, that's crazy work, for real. Like, why? Yeah, now you're just kind of forced into blocking for the sake of blocking, right? We'll put one of these face down. What's sick is you can actually counter the triggered ability that would double the power on their landfall duders, which is kind of hilarious. I have a feeling we'll get to do that at some point in the future. I mean, we're attacking. Assassins gotta attack. That's what we're here for. I will say, though, this game went nothing like I expected it was going to. Alright, cool. Another creature to attack with. I mean, opponent has no outs here, right? Yeah, like that Hydra does nothing here. Genuinely. Yeah, alright, cool. Okay, as things played out, Assassin's Trophies, you know, it's the only thing I can say about it. Like, I'm not impressed with it, but it does its job, right? Ramping the opponents does have a non-zero downside because you do have the issue of people playing very expensive spells still right now, and giving them that one more land to let them double spell on a turn or whatever is kind of tough. So just something to keep in mind. I would want to play another Hellcarver or Hullcarver. I don't know why I keep saying Hellcarver, but I kind of want to play another one of these just because we don't have many quality small creatures. And there may be other things that we could play, like Deep Cavern Bats or whatever, but then you get into that weird space of it's harder to make your other stuff trigger because you don't have enough assassins or whatever. So that's something that's kind of on my mind. But yeah, another Hullcarver, plus it probably keeps your opponent from attacking at times because you have a Death Toucher and whatever. So that's probably fine. The weakest card in the deck for me, I think, is Vein Ripper, because unless we have Vannifar, we don't really have a way to get this onto the battlefield. But there's no other real tricks, right? We have 2 copies of a thing that let us get this down. Otherwise, we have to just get to 6 the hard way, which, I mean, could happen, but kind of difficult still. So I could see cutting that if we want to play the other Hullcarver. I think would be a totally reasonable plan if you want to do that. The other thing is that I kind of wanted a couple more counters. I think what we saw in the games where we won, the Detect Intrusion was really good. Now, how often are we going to want to bounce a thing? Probably not that often, but we did use it to counter a trigger ability and some other stuff, and it was really cool. So that does have value, right? We have to keep that in mind. But I think it needs another counter. I just don't know where we would find it, because we're already fairly creature light for what we're trying to do. We already have 24 creatures, but you can't really get rid of your removal. We only have 5 removal spells, right? I mean, that's not true. I guess we have Maelstrom Pulse as well, so that's 8. And some of the time, Shoot the Sheriff can't kill what you want to kill. So I could see a world where we cut Vein Ripper, we cut 1 Assassin's Trophy, we play another Detect Intrusion and another Hullcarver. And I think that's probably what you can get away with here. Now, all that being said, this was basically a 50-50 deck for me. But at least a couple of the games literally just wasn't able to play Magic because I didn't draw land or whatever. So if you say 2 of those turned into other wins, now we're +2. So I don't know. It's at least playable. I will say that. Still, A lot of the Assassins aren't great. This could be a decent deck to build, though, because once we get to Lorwyn, which is late January, early February, there's a real possibility that some number of the changelings could do something that fit in here, right? Assuming, I don't think we'll get a lot, but each color will probably get like 2 changelings or 1 at each rarity, something like that. If we do, there's gotta be at least 1 or 2 that fit the deck that hopefully can fill like the 2 mana slot, and then that would help the deck out a lot. But otherwise, like, this is at least playable, and that's kind of what you wanted from Assassins. So we'll leave it at that. Leave the link over to Moxfield so y'all can try it out if you want to. Do what you do with it. But yeah, was a fun one. Don't forget, like, subscribe, do all the fun stuff, do the things that make the dings, because it really helps the channel. But that's all of you for now. We'll see you next time.